So in today's session, we are talking about depth first search DFS algorithm, how it will be trace or traverse all the vertices in the graph by using the DFS algorithm. So DFS means depth first search. Okay, so whenever you take one graph, so you have traverse all the vertices in the sense nodes. Okay, so from where you have to start the start the traversing means from the initial node means starting node, or if you want to choose another node, yes, you can choose another node also, but the point is here you have to traverse all the nodes with the DFS algorithm only. Okay, how the DFS will be traversed from one node to another node? So how means it will goes deeper and deeper until we find the specific goal. For example, if you want to search the path, okay, if you want to search the path from A to some other destination node, then it will traverse, it will move from deeper to deeper. Okay, so what is mean that one means, I will say one example so that you will get the idea. Okay, so DFS, how it will be traverse the graph in the sense depthward motion. How the BFS will be traversed there in BFS, breadth first search, breadthward motion. Here, depthward motion. Okay, so in BFS we are using the data structure there, Q. Okay, but in case of a DFS we are using the stack data structure. Why? So whenever we visited the node, that should be placed in the stack. Once we visited, then we have to pop up. So if you take the stack, we are going to apply two functions. What are those? Push function, pop function. So when we have to push, okay, push a node or push a vertex into the stack, when we are going to pop the node from the stack, that I will explain in today's session. Okay, DFS is also called as a recursive algorithm. DFS is also called as a recursive algorithm. Why? Because it is going backtrack. It is going the method that is backtracking. So what is mean by a backtracking means? So once, for example, if you I will show you the graph. Then I will say what is mean by a backtracking. Backtracking means if there is no adjacent nodes at particular vertex, then we have to go back. Again, we have to search. That is the backtracking. Going back to the parent node or going back to the previous node. That is the backtracking. Okay. So that's why DFS, depth first search algorithm, is called recursive algorithm. Okay. Is called recursive algorithm. Now look at this example. So you please go through that important points. I can't explain all the theory. Okay. So if you observe this example, same graph we took for BFS. Here also same thing, but you have to observe how the nodes will be visited first. So first, what is the from where we have to start the traversing means initial node or starting node or a root node. Okay, here I'm taking the root node, but if I ask you, you must start with the vertex B, then you have to start with the B only, like that. But in this example, I'm choosing the initial node as S. Now I need to visit all the adjacent nodes. Now see here, for S, first you have to take the S starting node. Yes, okay. From S, so what is the first node you can visit? First node is A. That's why A will be visit. First S will be visit, then A will be visit. Again, so in previous, what I said in BFS, whatever the adjacent nodes from yes, you have to visit all. But here that is not the step. Then what is the step you are going to take means, from yes, first you have to visit the starting node. Okay, starting node. Then from starting node, what is the first adjacent node? What is the first adjacent node? A is the first adjacent node, because as these data is a alphabet, that's why I'm choosing the alphabetical order, that is yes, A. Okay. Now, A is the adjacent node. From A, you can't go next. You can't read the B. Okay. So, what is the algorithm we are following here? DFS. DFS means depth. Until there is no adjacent, there is no child. You have to go deeper, 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 like that. Okay. So, from yes, go to A. Check from vertex A. Is there any node? Yes, there is a node. What is that node? D. That's why we move to D. Again check from D. Is there any child? Yes, there is another vertex. Vertex, child, everything are same. So is there any vertex from D? Yes, there is a one node, one vertex, that is G. That's why we move to G. Again now from G, is there any vertices which are unvisited? Which are unvisited only, you have to observe that one. Okay. From G, how many vertices we have connected vertices? D, E, F. D, E, F. But we already visited D. That's why we have to go to the E. Okay, compared to E, F, E is the alphabetical order. So we have to visit E. Okay, so after E, we have to check whether there is any connected vertex which is unvisited. Yes, there is a B. That's why we move here. Now observe from B, is there any unvisited vertex? No, because we have only two vertices connected from B, S and E. S is already visited, even E is already visited. Now we can't stop the traverse here. Now what should we do here means, from where the B is visited, from E. So we have to go back E. From where E is visited, we have to go back G. Now from G, is there any unvisited vertex? Yes, there is unvisited vertex, that is F. That's why we move here. Now from G, is there any unvisited vertex? Yes, we have actually two connected vertices from F, but G already visited. So we chosen C. Now all the vertices are visited. Now we have to apply the pop function. Okay, until pop function means delete the node from stack until the stack should be empty. Like this, the DFS algorithm will be executed. Here, did you observe what is mean by a backtracking? So when we are going to back means, whenever there is no unvisited vertex from that specific vertex, then we have to go back. We have to go back. Okay, until we get until we get to find unvisited vertex. So that is whatever I said, that is the just I kept in theory part. Okay, now what are the rules we have to follow whenever we choose DFS algorithm? So what is the rule? So first what you have to do, visit the adjacent unvisited vertex. Okay, once you visit, okay, once you visit, mark it and place it into stack. Place it means push into stack. Push means insert an element into the stack. Apply the push function. Okay, so whatever the node you visited, that will be placed into stack. That is the first step. Okay, now if no adjacent vertex is found, if there is no adjacent vertex is found, for example, from B just now we did not get any unvisited adjacent vertex, right? At that time we have to apply the pop function. Pop function means delete the node from a stack which is present at the top, which is present at the top. Okay. I'll say one example so clearly you will understand. What is the rule 3? So repeat rule 1 and rule 2 until up to where we have to stop this process. Repeated process means until the stack is empty. These are the 3 rules you have to remember. So if you case if you take a BFS, there we are using the Q as the data structure. Here we are using the stack as the data structure. There we are applying NQ, DQ. Here we are applying push and pop. Their level, I mean, in BFS, level by level we are traversing. If you take DFS, okay, if you take DFS, deep by deep, deeper by deeper, we are traversing. Now look at one example, then easily you will understand. Now see, same the graph I'm taking. So how many vertices here we have? Totally 5 vertices, S, A, B, C and D. So totally we have 5 vertices are present. What is the data structure we have to take when we choose the DFS, depth first search? So what is the data structure we have to take? Stack. Initially the stack is empty, that is what the description is. Okay, so initially the stack is empty. So how many vertices here? There are 5 vertices. Initially the stack is empty. So whenever we are talking about the stack, what we have to remember the terminologies: push, pop, top. Push, pop, top. Push means insert an element. Pop means delete an element. Top means if you want to push, want to do push or pop, you have to increment or decrement the variable, that is top. These are the 3 terminologies you have to remember. Okay. Now start the visiting. So what is the starting vertex here? Here I'm taking starting vertex as yes, starting vertex as yes. So it is visited. Okay, so it is visited. Whenever it is visited, where what is the next step? Once it is visited, place into stack. Place into stack. Okay, so once the node is visited, you just place into stack. Now check what are the adjacent nodes from yes. What are the adjacent nodes from yes? Check A, B, C. According to the alphabetical order, which one is the first node from first adjacent unvisited node from yes, A? Okay, that's why in the step 3 we visited A. We visited A, and once it is visited, we should increment the top. Okay, we should increment the top. Here previously top equal to -1. First increment, it will become 0. Top equal to 0. Then we place the first node. Then again top increment means top equal to 1. Okay. Now visited node is A. So we should store in the stack. That is the second step. Now in the fourth step, now check what are the adjacent nodes from A. Okay, because what is the top element here? What is the top element? A. So whatever the element or vertex, okay, whatever the vertex present in the stack, top node, top vertex, okay. So from that vertex only you have to observe the adjacent nodes. Now you have to check the adjacent nodes of A, because A is present at the top in the stack. Now check what are the adjacent nodes of stack. S, D. S is already visited, which is already present in the stack. Now what is the unvisited node? D. Now it has to visit. So visit D. Okay, visit D. And then once it is visited, you should place into increment the top. Okay, increment the top. Now top equal to 2. Now place the visited visited vertexes, that is D. We are placing into the stack. Again same thing. Now, what is the variable? What is the vertex present in the stack? What is the vertex present in the stack? Top vertex D. Now you have to check the adjacent nodes of D only because it is present at the top. Okay. Now from D, what are the adjacent vertices? B, C. Okay, B and then C. So according to the alphabetical, I am choosing first is B. Okay, that's why B is visited. So B is visited. Now place into, once it is visited, what is the step we have to do? Push into the stack. Okay, increment to the top, push into the visited stack. Now, what is the what is the vertex present at the top of the stack? What is the vertex? B. So it means you have to check the adjacent nodes of B only. Okay, you have to check the adjacent nodes of B only. So what are the adjacent nodes of B? S and D. S and D. But if you observe the stack, S is already visited, D is S and D is already visited, right? Now it means from B, I mean the top vertex B does not have any adjacent unvisited. Adjacent, remember, adjacent unvisited. Unvisited adjacent nodes are not there. Whenever that happen, what should we do? Decrement to the top, decrement to the top and apply the pop function. And apply the pop function means the top node will be removed, means B is pop from the stack. Now top will be point D. Again, whatever the element, whatever the vertex present at the top in the stack, that for that vertex only we have to check the adjacent. Now check what are the adjacent nodes of D. A, B, C. But if you observe the stack, A is already visited. Okay, B is already visit and then pop, right? Already visited. That's why we mark it as a visited. Now, what is the unvisited vertex? Only C. That's why we visited the C, mark it as a visit, and then push into the stack. Okay, now increment to the top, then the top will be incremented, C will be pushed into the stack. Now again, what is the top vertex in the stack? C. Okay, now you have to check the adjacent nodes of uh, see here, you have to check the adjacent nodes of C. What are the adjacent nodes? S and the D. Okay, but S is already visited because it is present in the stack. Next D is already visited. Okay, both are visited. So what should we do when there is no adjacent, unvisited adjacent node? What should we do? Apply the pop function. Pop means topmost element will be removed and displayed as the output. Now top will be point here. Now top will be point here. Okay, again you check, is there any unvisited adjacent nodes from D? A visit, B visit, C visit. So again we have to apply the pop function. Now the top will be point at A. Now check, is there any unvisited node from A? S and D already visited. So we have to apply pop function. Now again come to the top will be point yes. So there are no unvisited nodes from yes. So that's why again apply the pop function. Now the top again decrement. Now the top will be equal to -1. Okay. Now the top variable will be equal to -1. Okay, so whenever the top equal to -1, it means the stack is empty. Whenever the stack is empty, we should stop the algorithm. We should stop the algorithm. Now, what is the output according to the pop function? First B, next C. So see this, we have to pop when we apply the pop function. This is the orders and this is the output of the DFS. D, C, D, A, S. So this is the output of the DFS for this graph. For this undirected graph. Okay, so like this the DFS depth first search will be executed here. So DFS is using stack. Why we are using stack? I think everyone now you understand why should we use the stack, because to store the visited nodes. Once there are no adjacent nodes, then we have to apply the pop function. For that purpose we have to use the stack data structure. And one more point you have to remember is, so the edges that leads to unvisited nodes, unvisited node edges are called discovered edges. Okay, so the edges which are, I mean, the vertices which are visited, that edge name is called as a block edge. Okay, so it's not important, but just you just remember these terms: discovery edges and the block edges. Okay, so this is another example. I'm going to explain this one also. Later, I mentioned nearly 10 examples. So all those examples, you just go for it. And the up to now we discussed undirected graph. Now we are going to discuss what is this directed graph. Why should we call it as a directed graph? Because every edge having an direction. That's why. Now here the condition is start vertex is 2. Start vertex is 2. Okay, so 2 means where is 2? This here. 2 is here. Okay, now first visit the 2. Now place into stack. Place into stack. Now what are the adjacent nodes of from 2, 0, 1 and 4? So according to these numbers, this is the least one. That's why I'm visiting 0. So we placed into 0. Okay, we placed into 0. Now we can't go back. We have to move deeper and deeper until we did not find any adjacent. From 0, is there any node? Yes, 3 is there. 3 is there. So 3 is visited. Again from 3, is there any node? Yes, 1 is there. So that's why we direction the 1 is visited. From 1, is there any node? Yes. If you observe this direction, this loop, this is going like this 1 2 3 3 2 1 like that. From 1, it has to go only one direction, outgoing direction, that is reaching to 3. But 3 is already visited, no? 3 is already visited, so we can't visit again. So what should we do? So we have to go back. So from where it came, the link here 3. Okay, so now 3 to 0, 0 to 2. Now again we have to check from 2 to any adjacent nodes. Yes, 1 and 4. 1 is already visited. See here, 1 is already visited. Now what is the remaining? 4. That's why we push into the stack vertex number 4. Now from 4, is there any outgoing direction to which node? 6. That's why 6 is visited. Now from 6, is there any outgoing direction? 7. So 7 is visited. From 7, which is the outgoing direction? 5. So again we pushed into the stack, that is 5. Now check from 5, is there any outgoing direction? Yes, it is going to 1, but we already 1 is visited here, right? That's why we have to go back to 7. Again check, is there any? No. Again we have to go back from 7, where we have to go back 6. From 6 we have to go back 4. Again we have to go back 2. It means when we reach same, we started from 2, again we reach the same point. It means we visited all the nodes. Now it's what should we do? We have to pop all the what is that, vertices from the stack. So whatever the result you are getting, that is the result of DFS. Okay, whatever the result, that is the DFS. output for this particular directed graph. In the directed graph, you have to look at the directions. Based on the directions, you have to go backtracking means once there is no unvisited vertex, then you have to go back to that particular node and check is there any unvisited node or present or not. This is what I'm going to say. Still there we have more examples. Please you just go solve it, then you will get more doubts. Okay.